George Washington Carver, the man who turned peanuts into possibilities. Black History Spotlight. What if one person could change farming, science, and education, all while helping millions of people live better lives? Meet George Washington Carver, a brilliant scientist and inventor who used his knowledge to uplift farmers, protect the land, and transform agriculture in America. This is his powerful story. George Washington Carver was born into slavery around 1864 in Diamond, Missouri. After the Civil War ended, he and his family gained freedom, but life was still full of challenges. As a sickly child, George couldn't do heavy farm labor like other children. Instead, he spent his time exploring nature. He studied plants, soil, flowers, trees. People began calling him the plant doctor because he could bring dying plants back to life. Even at a young age, his gift was clear. George loved learning, but schools for black children were limited, so he traveled from town to town just to get an education. He worked small jobs, saved money, and kept moving forward. Eventually, he attended Iowa State Agricultural College, becoming one of the first black students there. He later became a professor and a respected agricultural scientist. But his greatest work was still ahead. George Washington Carver was invited by Booker T. Washington to teach at the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. At the time, many Southern farmers grew only cotton. Years of cotton farming had destroyed the soil, leaving farmers poor and land damaged. Carver had a solution. He taught farmers to rotate crops and grow soil-enriching plants like peanuts, sweet potatoes, soybeans, pecans. These crops restored nutrients to the soil and provided new ways for farmers to make money. George Washington Carver became famous for discovering hundreds of uses for crops like peanuts and sweet potatoes. He developed products such as peanut butter recipes and peanut-based foods, soaps and cosmetics, dyes and paints, cooking oils, plastics and industrial products. Contrary to popular belief, he didn't invent peanut butter, but he did revolutionize how peanuts and crops could be used. His goal wasn't fame or money. His goal was to help farmers and improve lives. Carver could have become very wealthy from his discoveries, but he chose not to focus on profit. Instead, he shared his knowledge freely to help poor farmers, especially black farmers in the South. He believed in education, faith, hard work, using your gifts to serve others. Carver could have become very wealthy from his discoveries, but he chose not to focus on profit. Instead, he shared his knowledge freely to help poor farmers, especially black farmers in the South. He once said, "When you do the common things in life in an uncommon way, you will command the attention of the world." George Washington Carver became one of the most respected scientists in American history. He advised presidents, spoke around the world, and inspired generations of innovators. His life teaches us, knowledge is powerful. Use your gifts to help others. Never stop learning. Greatness can grow from humble beginnings. He advised presidents, spoke around the world, and inspired generations of innovators. George Washington Carver didn't just change agriculture, he changed lives. From a child born into slavery to a world-renowned scientist, his journey reminds us that purpose, faith, and determination can grow something amazing. Let his story inspire you to plant seeds of greatness wherever you go. Happy Black History Month. George Washington Carver, growing knowledge, changing the world.